D Xebec is still alive, and I'm gonna tell you how. Someone tag Piece, he's gonna love this shit. Alright, so I was scrolling TikTok today, as one does, and I came across an edit of the Doflamingo speech from Dressrosa, where he's talking about how he wants the immortality property of the Op fruit. But I noticed something I didn't pick up on the first time I watched through One Piece and Dressrosa. He mentions a second property of the fruit, and as we know, Oda does not mention things for no reason. That's going to come back later in the story, if nothing else. He mentioned the second property of the Op fruit called the personality transferent property. And so I think what happened to cause D Xebec to still be alive, and it could also explain pretty much every question people have about Blackbeard. I think in God Valley, the former user of the Op fruit took Xebec's soul and put it into baby Blackbeard, which is the reason that he can wield 2 devil fruits, and the reason that he never sleeps. Because when Blackbeard sleeps, Xebec's soul takes over. And also, we're seeing this part unfold right now before our eyes in the weekly chapters of the manga. The way that Oda writes about the way that Xebec swings his sword instead of to cut, to destroy, what fruit does he make it sound like Rox was born to wield? And then another thing, I just think it's so funny that out of all the crews that D Xebec's son could have ended up on, he ended up on the crew of the former first mate of the Rox Pirates. It's not a coincidence, I promise. And after saying all that, the only open end on the whole Blackbeard question situation is how he's able to extract the devil fruits from people, but I'm sure they'll explain that later on. And that is how D Xebec is still alive. I'm calling it now, putting all my cards on the table. That will come to fruition later in the story. Oda is a long-term storyteller. He does not mention shit for no reason. Put that down, take it to the bank. Come back to me when it comes true. Anyway, if you stayed this long, hope you enjoyed my little theory video. If you like One Piece, I do post daily One Piece content on this channel, so please consider dropping a follow. And I have horrible news for you. If you don't follow, you are a fucking Marine sympathizer.